defend to the death their native soil, aiding each other like good comrades to the utmost of their strength. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields. We shall fight in the hills. We shall fight. We shall never surrender.
Hello everybody. I know I said I was going to leave it till later, but I could not wait to fly this. This is the LA5, or as it was known during the war, the Lavochkin LA5, or the /7 if it's a later model. The Lag, it's a predecessor to the Lag 3. The Lag 3 was the last of the new generation piston engine fighters to enter service with the Red Air Force in early 1941, and from the start it earned an evil reputation for which it has never recovered. Dubbed the Flying Coffin due to its unique plastic impregnated wooden construction and the ease with which it was shot down, the fighter's limited success was gained at a high cost by stubborn and heroic pilots. Report of the Lag 3's inadequacies in combat resulted in the aircraft's inline M-105PF engine being replaced by the far more powerful Shevtsov M-82 radial in early 1942. Testing soon proved that the modified fighter was not only appreciably faster than its predecessors, but also far more capable at medium and high altitudes during the war. Designated the Lavochkin LA5, the first attempts of the fighter to reach the front line during the Battle of Stalingrad in late 1942 were actually re-engineered Lag 3s. Aside from the change of their power plants, the aircraft had also had its machine gun armament replaced by two 20mm cannons, as you can see here represented as Shevak cannons. By late March 1943, production of the definitive LA5N had commenced. This variant featured a fuel-injected N82FN engine for better performance at altitude, cut-down rear fuselage decking, and a new canopy for improved all-round vision. The last single-seat fighter of wooden construction to see large-scale production and service, the LA5FN, its larger brother, was more than a match for the Bf-109Gs being deployed by Hitler during the war, and could hold its own with the Focke-Wulf 190, a terrifying fighter for both Allied and Red Air Force pilots. In November 1943, the further improved LA7, the evolution of this model here, began trials. This model boasting even greater performance thanks to the lightening of its overall structure and adoption of metal wing spars featured in late build LA5FNs. Attention was also paid to reducing the fighter's drag coefficient, which resulted in the adoption of a revised cowling and inboard wing leading edge surfaces. The LA7, this one's bigger brother, entered service in the spring of 1944 and went on to become a favoured mount of most Soviet aces. Further development by Lavochkin resulted in superlative LA9 and LA11, but these went in production too late to see service in the Second War. As you can see, this entire line all the way through to the LA9. There's currently no LA11, though I feel Gaijin could probably extend this here and put in an LA11, mainly because I've seen how these improve on each other and they are just phenomenal fighters. I mean, I've been having so much trouble with LA5s and Lag 3s, but now that I've got it, I cannot wait to test it. So let's get it up there and let's see what happens. And here we are on 1945 Berlin summer, the alternative history map. Germany was defeated, but the war wasn't over. The conflict flared up between the Soviet Union on one side and the combined armies of the US and Great Britain on the other. So basically this is what happened if we didn't go into a Cold War. This would have been a theoretical scenario. if we hadn't entered a Cold War, if treaties hadn't been signed. Would probably be the first engagement between Soviets and US before the first Gulf War and the Korean War. Right, so here we have the LA-5. As you can see, this is a completely stock playthrough at the minute. I'll set my guns to 400 because I do like getting close. And fuel them out. Let's go with full tank just in case, because these battles do tend to last quite long. And also that leaves me with 6 minutes of fuel even if I'm up in the air the entire time. It looks like my entire team's got going before me. Don't see the point of invincibility at the start of a match really on historical. I mean, you think about it. If an enemy has managed to reach an airfield at this low tier as soon as the match starts, they're usually flying a jet, so getting some mild tearing issues. Now, as I pointed out, the lag-free was a very, very troubled fighter for the Red Army. It served its purpose, mainly due to very determined pilots, but at the same time, the amount that got shot down was just astronomical. Now an enemy air Cobra's crashed, so that gives us some... Well, he's basically took out a 37mm cannon that these planes have a tendency to get hit by. Someone there is... let's have a look. Flying a Soviet P-39K. A lot of Yak-9s in this match. Another LA-5, Kokaril. Shout out to Kokaril on YouTube. And basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fly behind him. If anything locks on his back, I'm going to be on that. Very low Yak-9 there with Slava 63. He's a lot higher than me. LA-5s do tend to do incredible speed in a straight line, but their climb, as you can see, I've been climbing ever since I've got off the airfield, and I'm currently about to hit 2k meters above the ground. This is where these things like to fight. They like to fight in the clouds, and they like to fight at high altitude. They can hold their own lower much more than the lag-free could. The lag-free, there were issues where you would take a turn, bleed off too much speed, and whilst not as severe as something like the Air Cobra on the American side, the speed bleed off would mean you would be hitting the deck very quickly. No sign of the enemy yet. There's the IL-2, he's obviously bombing for our side, so keep an eye on him because he'll become prime target if they can get through this fighter screen that's in front of him. Arbok, good name, is quite high. He's at about 6k, so he's obviously watching for enemy bombers who are in this map. What are we actually up against? Well, one of the enemies is down already. Someone's earning points. Got several more. We've still got no idea what craft they are in. So at the minute we've got two Soviet owned, a King Cobra and an Aero Cobra. That's because the actual Aero Cobra itself was a Soviet design that was sold to the Americans because they couldn't get it to work. Right, not sure what happened there. I think I just got buffeted a bit by the wind, but everyone's diving on this bow fighter. Might be a bad idea, but at the same time, you do not want him... Never mind, he's down. Good shot from Arbok. Looks like a wing Yep, wing and an engine kill. It's a good shot there. He's still got some ammo left, and that bowfighter goes down a lot quicker. Same time, you need lazy turns in this, because a quick turn like that, you can just see how it's shaking. It's trying to regain control. Lazy, slow turns in historical. In arcade, you've got a lot more leeway, but at the same time, yeah. Okay, so we've got 4 enemy down at the minute. A Spitfire, a Bowfighter, and we're not quite sure what the last one is, but here's a P-40. A P-40 is basically the American version of a Spitfire. It's the exact same design, just with a air intake. And he's not seen me. Nope. Remember, my guns are set for 400, so I will be getting very close here. But he's diving because Arbok's on him. I'll leave Arbok to him. And go for this 39N that's going after the TU2. I believe that's the Aerocobra. However, there is someone on his tail. I spot there's a dot up high there, so there's 2 dots up high. This may go badly depending on what they are. Another P39N, great, so we've got 2 Aerocobras. P47, that's a Mustang, Spitfire. Oh, this is a place I do not want to be. I'm going to dive on this guy, see if I can knock him out. Mainly because he's going through Arbok here, and Arbok may not have seen him. I've not got any time to chat as I go into this dive. Ah, shit. I was following historical, you gotta remember. And I've torn it. Warning to Arbok if he's still up. IL-2s flying together, which is a decent idea, especially if you've got an IL-2 and an IL-2M. The M can cover the IL-2. Nope. Warning didn't come too late. He's still up with his Yak 9. Alright, well, I've been torn to pieces in that match, so let's jump into another one and I'll try and show you what it can do. Okay, here we are on a ground strike map on Green Ridge, and I'm just going to try and show you what this thing's capable of in arcade. Hopefully I'll actually get a shot off. Don't need to go for a full tank here. Let's see. Nope, never mind. Looks like we're going for it. I should point out with the latest patch that the invincibility permitted to craft when they spawn in is nice, because there were cases before in the old matches where you would have a decent fighter using clouds like this, waiting for bombers to spawn and either attacking from below, and the bombers would have no chance to warn their teammates because they've been blown to bits, or diving on fighters. As you can see, I've spawned a lot higher than I was that last game, and I'm gonna keep climbing here. That Spitfire deals quite beautifully with Bedden 1945, however that Focke-Wulf's on him. Like I said, historically the LA5 was designed to deal with Focke-Wulf, so let's go for it. I do love the Warthunder music, it's absolutely glorious, diving out of the clouds on some poor sucker who hasn't realised you're there. He's concentrating too much on the Spitfire, but there is another Focke-Wulf down here. Spitfire's got that one, I'm going to switch to this one. It's the Laser Man, I've got a present for you, the 20mm brass shells, and they're going right up your fucking jacksie. Oh damn it, overshot it. And I've just realised the Spitfire's been shot down, because the Focke-Wulf does what the Focke-Wulf does. However, that's why the LA5 was designed against it. Straight away he loses his tail control and the next shot blitzes him, but I'm away from support here, so I'm just going to start dodging like a motherfucker. Whoop. 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 Run, run as fast as you can, Nazi. You can't fucking catch this red pilot. See if I can... Yeah, that's the thing. This thing's more of a glider. Ah. Well, one kill. Not the guy I was... Well, the guy I was originally going for, but at the same time, as you can see, maybe not as manoeuvrable as some people might like. I was being quite lazy with my dodges, but at the same time, I was relying on my speed to get me out of there. So here we are on Vice Terraces, and I know what some of you are about to get going in the comments. What do you mean, Terror of the Skies? How have you had so much trouble with this? Every time you're flying the fucking thing, it keeps crashing or it keeps missing its target and getting ripped to pieces. Well, I don't know. I think it might be because it's not upgraded. I mean, this is still fully stocked. I've not even decorated it yet. But at the same time, these cannons do wreck incredibly well. See if I can get you a decent game play at least before we conclude on this. Oh, do not want to have to be here with so many people in this guy, but there we go. Ah, shite. Well, I got the kill, but I'm going to have to land now because that yak pilot didn't half slam into me. Something you'll notice, I won't stay in the air too long if I end up with any red central sections, especially when it's red and flashing black, because I prefer to go into fights well equipped. I mean, I'll still do a fight if I've got damaged sections, and I think I can get away with it, but more often than not, that's what gets me killed. Well, even with its engine off, flaps down, it does actually slow down very quickly, so you can do very short emergency landings. So you could land this quite well in a domination game, and even if your airfield's under attack, you can land very quickly. Again, this is stock, so it will take them a while to repair. I've still got to upgrade the ground crew. So let's see how fast it climbs off an airfield in arcade. I mean, I do enjoy it. The speed is good, the manoeuvrability again is good, but at the same time, there are points where this thing, it misbehaves. Like in the historical battle, you saw it when it was attempting to do very sharp turns. It just started wobbling like crazy. So you can't effectively pull a handbrake turn on an enemy and blast them to bits, but at the same time, this thing, I'm going to have to conclude this thing is a boom and zoom fighter. It does well if it's on someone's tail, and it's able to stick on someone's tail. But in a furball, not so much. In a dogfight, as long as it's doing low swoops and high dives, it could probably do quite well, provided it's not blown to pieces. MiG-3 on MiG-3 action there. As Rainbow 6L takes on Demosium. I see an IL-4 here, and in arcade this thing has even better climb. Already a few seconds out from leaving the airfield, not even a minute out, and I'm already at 1,000 meters and climbing. That MiG-3 is down. I did see him on my radar and was a bit worried he was about to come up below and blow me to pieces. There's an Avenger. Ooh, don't want the Avenger. Don't want the Avenger. Everyone wants the Avenger. Especially when he's going for a base kill. And because he's so fat, I can fire from an extra 200 meters out and still get a hit. Yak 9T comes in a bit too fast there. Could have very easily just slammed into me. Yeah, against dive bombers and double or triple seat fighters, this thing, look there, Right flap gone. Gun is unconscious already from a pass by someone else. He's down. That's where this thing excels. It excels at taking out bombers and ground attack craft who can't afford to manoeuvre as much. This thing just locks on with those cannons, lets fly and blows you to pieces. I'm going to turn here because someone's diving on us. Is he diving on us? Who the fuck have I got on my radar? The Yak 9, 3k high in diving. Oh, they see some of the flaps on this that give it such manoeuvrability. Right, I'm at 15, I'm going to dive on this Mustang. Got to be careful because of the mountains. Just wallow a bit when it's picking speed up. Well, as soon as it's picked speed up, this thing's like a Vaser. Damn it! Failed to get the kill. That would have been a decent run from nose to tail on him. However, this A20G's got into my sights, which means he's probably not going to last long. Oh, crap, someone's seen me. That Yak 7, isn't it? It's a Bison! Ah, shit. Oop, little lag there. Yeah, I'm going to disengage here. Do not go in the valley because then my teammates can't see I'm in trouble. I've pulled up. He's got 3 guys on him. As a result, they are now just chasing him and they just got him. Like anything in Warthunder, as long as you've got support, you're pretty good. That's what I love about this thing. It can pick on twin-engined fighters and twin-engine bombers very easily. It's because of its speed. Look, he's pulled off because it was getting away from him. I'm matching its speed, I'm now exceeding its speed. I'm not even at top speed, he's turning. I'm going to get a pass on him with 2 of my fellow Red Air pilots. However, he decides to eat a mountain first. I'm contemplating here, do I go back to base? Nope, there's a P-63 there, so I'll cause all sorts. Nope, he's down. Yeah. Best thing to do is just pull back to base, you've got time. You're quite a way away from the fighting. If anything comes after you, you've still got enough health, you can probably get into a dogfight. At the same time, I'm just looking at that hole. That hole in my right wing is in danger here. However, it looks like the fight's coming to me, so let's not deny them, shall we? Let's go down fighting if they try intercept us. That Spitfire's moving on. Actually, are these? That's an IB. Oh, that's one of the planes you do not want to get into a head-on with. Bigger brother the I-16, more than enough cannons in the front. So in conclusion, what do I actually think of the LA5? Is it everything I was expecting? Did it live up to my standards? Yes and no. I mean, it is a very fast fighter when it's stock. It is very well armed. I mean, those cannons do rip through most enemy planes. But at the same time, the manoeuvrability isn't what I expected. I mean, maybe when I fly a bit more with it, I'll get improved manoeuvrability. Maybe I'll get improved manoeuvrability. Maybe I'll get more skilled in dogfights with it. But at the minute, this is purely my boom and zoom fighter. This is what I'm going to be bringing out of the clouds on top of someone's head and just raining death down upon them before flying out. Kill or no kill. At the minute, its battle rating is 3.3, and that's completely stock after that fuselage repair. I like it. Expect to see more of the LA5 in my videos. As I said, this will be... I'll be learning with it. It's not getting put back in the hangar. This is gonna stay out there for a while. because I'm going to make it as deadly to everyone else as it's been deadly to me. I've been Free to Play Warrior. Watch your six, keep your wingmen safe, and I'll see you in the sky.